Nina held out a check to hand to Jacinda, who was impressed with the number of zeros. Just then, Drew walked in and asked Nina if she was paying Jacinda to drug someone else. "No, Drew, I'm paying her to save my daughter's life," Nina said. Nina and Drew discussed the situation and decided that Michael had to have set up Willow, and that it wouldn't end well for him. Drew thought buying the Q house would distract and destabilize Michael. He was sure Michael would crack and lash out. In the Q living room, the family was in a state of shock when Ronnie announced that she was selling the house. Tracy put it bluntly when she said, "Over my dead body." Olivia tried to play mediator and was sure that Ronnie had a good explanation for such an announcement. She asked Ronnie if she was sure, and Ronnie said that she was. "Monica left me this house, so it's mine to do with what I see fit," Ronnie said nervously while looking at the floor. "It's just more house than I can handle," she added. Ned admitted it was Ronnie's decision, but he hoped she wouldn't sell. "This isn't just a house. We have cherished family members, including your sister, interned in the crypt on the property," he reasoned. Tracy thought she had the perfect solution and suggested that Ronnie sell the house to Michael. "How about you pay this vulture off so we can be rid of her once and for all?" Tracy shouted at Michael, who spoke up and told Ronnie he'd pay her anything she asked for. Ronnie told him she'd already accepted another offer. Michael then got a phone call from Jacinda and had to leave. After Michael was gone, Olivia decided that Tracy's attitude was the reason for Ronnie's decision. Ronnie told them, "I received a very good offer and I was compelled to sell." "Compelled by whom?" Tracy asked, just as Drew hobbled in on his cane. "That would be me," he announced. This caused Tracy to nearly lose her mind. "At least the house is staying in the family." "But that just means you all gotta move out," Drew said. Ned and Olivia attempted to reason with Ronnie again, but Drew just kept yammering, saying that Ronnie relates to him because they are both outsiders. Tracy looked at both Drew and Ronnie and knew something had to be up. "Monica entrusted you with her home, and you betrayed that trust by selling it to this soulless weasel. Everything I said about you is true. You have no character, no integrity, and most of all, you have no connection to Monica. Monica kept this house in the family. Come hell or high water, and in mere weeks you have done the one thing she never would have allowed. You gave it up. You dishonor Monica and everything she stood for. Shame on you," Tracy cried before storming out. Michael met Jacinda at the Metro Court and asked what happened with Nina. She handed him the check Nina wrote and told him about Nina's offer. Michael said he could offer more. He even seemed to have some insight into Jacinda, as his first love was also an escort. "She told me not to make assumptions about who she was based on what she did," Michael said. Michael also didn't think Jacinda could be bought, but he needed her trust. "We have to want to help each other here," Michael told her. "I may have all the money, but Jacinda, you have all the power. What do you want to do?" Jacinda decided to go with Michael's offer. "I'm a commodity to Nina. You treat me like a person," she said. Curtis stopped Isaiah in the hospital halls and asked him if he knew where Portia was. Isaiah told him that he wasn't her keeper. He then asked Curtis what he wanted to talk to Portia about. "It's about our family," Curtis said to Isaiah's surprise. "Good luck tracking down your wife," Isaiah said before walking away. Curtis wasn't sure what to make of the encounter, but he didn't have much time to think because Laura appeared. The two friends caught up as Laura asked Curtis if he wanted to have lunch sometime soon. "If you don't mind, if you have a minute now, I could sure use a friend," Curtis said. The pair sat down so Curtis could tell Laura that he and Portia were getting a divorce. He then dropped the bomb that Portia could be pregnant and had been lying to him. "You think that Portia's been lying to you about being pregnant?" Laura asked. Curtis then explained that Jordan suspected that Portia was pregnant. "And Portia confirmed it?" Laura asked. Curtis told her that the two women clashed and Portia walked off. Laura reminded Curtis that their clashes were due to Curtis. Curtis didn't know what the pregnancy meant for his marriage, but he knew he wanted this baby. "I really don't want Portia to terminate," Curtis said. Laura pointed out the obvious, since Curtis and other men should dictate what a woman does to her body. "You understand that this is ultimately Portia's decision, right?" she asked. Curtis said he knew. Portia met up with Ava at the Metro Court bar to tell her some news. She prefaced it with the fact that it would affect Trina, which alarmed Ava. Portia told her that she and Curtis were getting a divorce, much to Ava's relief. It meant nothing was wrong with Trina. "The divorce is actually the least of my worries." "I'm pregnant," Portia said. "Well, that sure does complicate things," Ava replied. "Especially when you don't know who the father is," Portia added. That prompted Ava to order another martini. Portia explained that there were problems in her marriage from the start. Then she met someone who was there for her. Ava asked who, so Portia told her, Dr. Isaiah Gannon. Portia knew that this was an HR nightmare. Portia was also nervous that Trina wouldn't be understanding. Portia told Ava she planned to get a paternity test done after the first trimester, and then tell the lucky dad she was pregnant, whoever he may be. Ava thought that was the perfect plan, but Portia saw a problem. Jordan. She already suspects that I'm pregnant. She's probably telling Curtis now, Portia said. Ava assured her that Jordan would never do that. After Portia left, Ava spotted Michael and Jacinda talking at a table in the corner and called Nina to invite her for a drink. You are missing some very interesting people watching in here, Ava said to entice her friend. When Nina arrived, she saw Jacinda and Michael clinking glasses and knew she had lost. As for Portia, she returned to her office just before Curtis burst in and asked if she was pregnant. In the hospital halls, Britt angrily hung up on a car dealership due to a delay in her credit application. Elizabeth found her and asked if she was making personal calls during work. Britt claimed she was ahead on work to justify the call, but Elizabeth gave her some more work. While Britt and Liz argued a bit more, Nathan showed up to talk to his sister. We have a problem. It's Rocco, he announced. When Nathan told her how upset Lulu was over the dinner, Britt didn't see the big deal. Nathan told Britt that if she wanted what was best for Rocco, then she shouldn't undermine his mother. Dante arrived at Lulu's house and commented on all of Tracy's boxes. Lulu immediately told him that Rocco had dinner with Liesl and her clan the other night. We have a problem. Rocco lied to us about the dinner, and I want to know why he's hiding it from us, Lulu said. Dante was ready to set boundaries and let Rocco know he couldn't go behind their backs again. Lulu stopped him because she wanted to be careful. She didn't think that being more forceful because Rocco wasn't trying to get away with something. He was trying not to hurt his mom. Charlotte and Rocco soon arrived downstairs. Dante asked Rocco where he was when Lulu and Charlotte were in Switzerland and he was working late. Charlotte tried to cover for him, saying he was helping Cody in the Q stables. Dante said they should call Cody so he could pay Rocco for his help. When the guilty teens headed to the porch, Lulu chastised Dante for asking questions because she wanted Rocco to feel comfortable coming to them on his own. They still didn't have the truth, but knew they had to navigate the situation as Dante felt Britt brought danger. Dante told Lulu that Anna was sure that Nathan and Britt's double resurrection wasn't a coincidence.